Let me begin with a statistic that often surprises men in my clinic. By the time a man reaches 60, roughly 1 in 3 will have clinically low testosterone. That percentage only climbs higher with each passing decade. But what's rarely discussed is that low testosterone isn't just about weaker muscles or a drop in sexual interest. It can present as low energy, irritability, restless sleep, or even trouble concentrating. And far too many men internalize the problem, assuming, well, I guess this is just what happens when you age. But aging doesn't have to equal losing vitality, drive, or zest for life. Imagine if something as ordinary as choosing the right fruits each day could help your hormones in a meaningful, research-backed way. It sounds almost too simple, but the data says otherwise. Today, I'll share 3 fruits that clinical trials have linked with improved testosterone balance, reduced inflammation, and greater cellular energy, benefits that matter most in men over 60. Now, I can almost hear the doubt. Can food really change hormones? The evidence gives a quiet but confident yes. These foods aren't a substitute for medical therapy or lifestyle changes, but they function like steady allies, helping your system resist oxidative damage, hormonal decline, and fatigue. And unlike what you'll see online, this isn't about exotic powders, hype-driven supplements, or gimmicky hacks. The internet often muddies the waters with contradictions, miracle claims, or worse, unsafe shortcuts, which is why a conversation grounded in clarity and science matters. Today, we'll walk through how testosterone really shifts after 60, how certain fruits step in as support, and the daily changes that genuinely restore stamina and vitality without marketing, spin, or fear tactics. We'll also clear up myths like testosterone being only about sex drive or fruit supposedly raising estrogen. I'll share what peer-reviewed studies actually say. Think of this as the same conversation I'd have with a patient across my desk. Direct, evidence-based, and judgment-free. Because restoring balance isn't about quick fixes. It's about giving your body steady support and helping you understand the why behind it. Let's dive into this the same way I would in clinic. When men over 60 are told their testosterone is low, the default assumption is, well, that's just aging. But age isn't the cause. It's simply the backdrop. The real picture is more complex. Testosterone starts its natural decline around 30 to 35, dropping about 1% per year. But for many, that slope gets steeper thanks to hidden cumulative stressors. So what are the main drivers of low testosterone in later life? Let's highlight 3 key culprits. Chronic inflammation. Your immune system is meant to defend you, but if the fire never dies down, it burns your hormonal balance. A 2020 Frontiers in Endocrinology review showed that higher inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha correlate strongly with reduced testosterone in older men. Why? Because inflammation damages Leydig cells, the testicular factories that produce testosterone. When they're surrounded by constant stress signals, their productivity grinds to a halt. Metabolic dysfunction. This one's a heavy hitter. Harvard and NIH research consistently shows that insulin resistance, driven by poor diet, excess belly fat, and inactivity, significantly reduces testosterone. And the relationship cuts both ways. Low testosterone worsens insulin sensitivity, which then lowers testosterone further. It's a vicious cycle where fatigue, poor sleep, and low libido get stuck in the crossfire. Oxidative stress. This refers to the cellular wear and tear caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Over time, Oxidative stress damages both the testes and the hypothalamus, the brain's hormone command center. It's like rust slowly weakening the frame of a car, invisible at first, but deeply destructive. Now, here's the link to fruit. Whole fruits are loaded with antioxidants, polyphenols, and anti-inflammatory compounds that directly counteract these drivers. So, fruit isn't just sugar, it's a therapeutic tool that calms inflammation, stabilizes metabolism, and shields hormone-producing tissues. Let's clear up a common misconception here. Some men worry that fruit might increase estrogen or suppress testosterone. But that belief comes from cherry-picked animal studies or unverified blogs, not clinical data. In reality, certain fruits can boost testosterone indirectly by improving circulation, lowering cortisol, and protecting the testes. I've seen plenty of men cut fruit entirely only to feel worse, proof that hormones don't thrive on extreme restrictions. The body is a symphony, not a machine, and antioxidants are one of the instruments it needs to play in harmony. So here's the key message from this first section: low testosterone after 60 is widespread but not inevitable. And while age is a factor, the larger influences are lifestyle driven and correctable. When we calm inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and defend the hormone-making cells, balance can return. The foods we eat, especially fruits chosen wisely, either weigh down the system or lift it up. Now let's highlight the first fruit with compelling evidence for testosterone and cardiovascular health. It's crimson, juicy, and more powerful than most men realize: the pomegranate. At first glance, pomegranate doesn't seem like a testosterone food, but research strongly suggests otherwise. In a 2012 endocrine abstract study, men who consumed pomegranate juice daily for 2 weeks saw a striking 24% rise in salivary testosterone. That's significant. Even better, they also had lower blood pressure, decreased cortisol, and improved mood. So how does this fruit manage so much? Let's break it down. Pomegranates contain potent polyphenols like punicalagins and ellagic acid, which function as antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. They help safeguard Leydig cells from oxidative stress, preserving testosterone production. But there's more. Pomegranate enhances nitric oxide, a gas that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. That matters because better blood flow supports erections, testicular health, and nutrient delivery. The hormone connection goes even deeper. Cortisol, your main stress hormone, suppresses the HPG axis, the chain of signals that tells the body to make testosterone. Pomegranate appears to lower cortisol, lifting that suppression and allowing testosterone to rise naturally. And here's another overlooked fact: pomegranate has protective effects on the prostate. A 2006 clinical cancer research study found that men with rising PSA who consumed pomegranate extract had slower PSA doubling time, suggesting slowed cancer progression. So to recap, stronger nitric oxide means improved circulation, lower cortisol means reduced testosterone suppression, antioxidant support means healthier Leydig cells, and anti-inflammatory effects may even slow prostate growth. That's a lot of impact from one fruit. How do you use it? Fresh seeds, SRILs, are best. Half a cup per day is plenty. Sprinkle them on cereal, blend into smoothies, or enjoy as a snack. Unsweetened pomegranate juice is another option. Just 46 ounces daily is enough for benefits without sugar overload. And if you're on blood pressure medications or anticoagulants, check with your doctor, since pomegranate can mildly influence how those drugs are processed. Here's the way I describe it in clinic. Think of pomegranate as a tune-up for your circulatory and hormonal systems, a daily ally that steadies blood vessels, boosts testosterone, and supports prostate health.